and he has published the book in 1975 in Telugu characters, and now it has been brought out in Devanagari with some introduction and all that. So this Saptasati is able to give us a comprehensive idea of what Bhagavatam is able to guide us, and what Bhagavan Krishna, the most wisdomful personality, an avatar of Lord Vishnu, and who has been responsible for a number of things. Because Krishna, as he committed, Sambhavami yuge yuge, dharma samsthapanarthaya, Sambhavami yuge yuge. So the target of the avatar of Krishna is to re-establish the dharma, because dharma has always been attacked. Adharma is trying to overpower dharma in many aspects. Therefore, adharma nasha and dharma vijaya is important. And everywhere Krishna, in order to promote the dharma, he has been ruthless. He has got his own judgment and decision. Because like Rama, who said before Krishna, Naham arthaparo devi naham Rushibhistulyam mam vidhi kevalam dharmam asritam. So Rama had already told that I am always taking refuge in dharma, and anybody who deviates, who hurts or does dharma, then they will not be spared. So for that dharma, he has stood it in Ramavataram, Vishnu, and again that's why Krishna Rama has been identified as the very embodiment of dharma. Dharmatma Satyasandha. Rama is Dharmatma Satyasandha. But when the same Vishnu comes into Krishna Avatara, he becomes a diplomat. He has to only pay more attention for dharma, and in order to make dharma win, he has to make some deviations, and they're all satya deviations only. Therefore, when you think of Krishna, we learn a different behavior, that you should focus on dharma, though sometimes it is something you have got to do something which will not be permitted by the laws. Therefore, dharma vijaya, and therefore Rama and Krishna avatars have been taken as an interesting combination. That's why we are always telling Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. So Rama and Krishna combined together will be a kind of unification of dharma, and all. Sometimes they have to be flexible in laws and regulations, but keep dharma as the main thing. And in our study on Bhagavatam, we have got a wonderful question being posed, that why there are Rakshasas, why there are Suras or Suraganas, and why there is difference between these two. And like that, in the Saptama Skandham of Bhagavatam, we have that kind of question being posed, and then we have answers also given by the other. Which slokam, Amma? Do you remember the slokam?
Yeah, actually last time we completed Hiranyakashipu, that is Sri Sukha Uvacha 232. We completed till 233.
Yeah, what we did last time, again we continue from the, because it was not regular, and so there is a breakage. Now, before 232, we have got Yama's speech also, 231, and these are the 230 and 31 are Yama's saying that what is that? Paramatma is everywhere, something like Anala, present always in almost all the trees. Darushu Analaha iyate, but Bhinna iyate, 231. So he is Bhinna, that means in each daru, there is a difference in the Agni presence there. Like that, Yathanilaha Dehagataha Pratakstitaha. So even the Vayu who stays in the body is also separately present, in a sense that we got the Vayu gets divided into us, the vital air, Prana, Apana, Vyana, Udana, Samana. So these 5 vital airs inside our body, but all these 5 are only called as Vayu. So if there is an imbalance in the Vayu inside our body, then they call it the Vayu Prakopa. If Vayu Prakopa or disharmony in the Vayu, then the body will have to pay coin for that. Therefore, we always want to maintain the Vayu harmonious in our body. That is a part of health. So Vata, Pitta and Kapitha, the Ayurveda people always consider as 3 doshas in positive or negative way. And basing on that condition, they start their treatment and diagnosis and all that, because the Ayurveda people are having the holistic approach to the body, not the complaint they cure, but they cure the root of the complaint. Therefore, Ayurveda has been a very, very promising medicinal science or medical science. And in spite of so many other things coming up, but Ayurveda stands great, because Ayurveda doctor, for example, he looks at the tongue, at the eyes, at the nadi, and then he is able to determine the condition of the body. So that was the kind of signification that they do it. So therefore, Pranavayu is most important. And Anilaha, Dehagataha. Where is that Anila? Maybe Anila is the Akasha. What air in Antariksha Loka is enormous and all pervasive, and there is but that air which is in the atmosphere has got to be in the humans also, in beings also. And therefore, similarly, Yatha Nabaha na sarvagatam na sajjate tatha puman sarvagunasrayaha. So man is endowed with all gunas. That is, in astrology, they talk about 32 gunas, they count. So if a man and woman were to be joined in marriage wedlock, they look at the guna. So guna also must be more than 18. So 18 gunagalu minimum bandre ibru horoscope tick ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ astrologers. ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜ್, ಯಾರಿಗೂ 32 ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ನಾಡಿ ಕೂಟಗಳು ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ, 8 ಗುಣಗಳು ನಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ದೇ ಗಾಟ್ ಸಮ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ದೇ ಅಗ್ರಿ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್. ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾಡಿ ಕೂಟ ನೋಡಬೇಕು, ನಕ್ಷತ್ರ ಕೂಟ ನೋಡಬೇಕು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದು ಈ ಗುಣ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ನೋಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದಿ ಕಪಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್ must be promising for the world and social order. And therefore, here also, sarvagatam yathanabaha, sarvagatam. So, onnan kade, onnan tarha iratte vayu. So, for example, now, in Chicago, it is very cold, but sun is there very, very bright sometimes. Oh, you looking at the sun, you can't go out because that is wind. Because of the wind power, the sun is not much felt, like though you feel the light. Like that, sarvagatam vayu nabha, but nasajjate. So sarvagunastrayaha puman. So it's up to the man to choose and behave. That's why character and conduct are the 2 assets for all beings born upon the world, especially human beings. And they are called as samyak jantus. Samyak jantus, they are perpendicular to the ground. And they are 2-footed animals. So, there is growth for intelligence. There is growth for number of things. Therefore, sattva, rajaha, and tamo gunas are in equal portions in all people, but by virtue of their behavior, education, conduct, family, country, and all that, these will vary. These are all the words by Yama to say that how people get divided in their behavior and conduct in this world. But Paramatma, when he grants people, they are all having all things endured. For example, Dharmatma, Dharmamurti, Dharmabadha, these are all various words which talk about the behavior upon the earth. Therefore, it is said, Tatha Puman Sarva Gunasrayaha. When this is being said, next we have got the Sukha Maharshi, who has also got, see, in Bhagavatam, you observe Bhagavan Krishna is there sometimes and all that for finalization and other things. But otherwise, as we see from the Saptasati selection, we have the interference and opinions flashed from various rishis. Sukha Maharshi is there, Narada is there, and Yama also comes into the venue of rishis, because Yama is such a highly wisdomful. We should not get scared about Yama. Yama is only a punisher. He gives you punishment according as our own karma, papam, punyam, etc. But apart from that, the personality of Yama is really full-fledged one. And that's why in Kathopanishad, you observe that Yama is a wonderful wisdom provider to small boy Nachiketa. And Nachiketa is a very ardent student. When he comes to Yamaloka or meets such a disciplined person like Yama, he doesn't want to go empty hands back to his father, though the two boons granted to him. He said, I want Divya Agni Vidya. The Agni, which is used in the Swargaloka, that is divine. And I want to know about Agni Vidya. And of course, Yama tempts him to withdraw that idea and take diversion and then get hold of so many comforts. No, he did not agree for any of the offerings given by Yama. And but ultimately, he said, I want Divya Agni. Then Yama taught him the Yama, the Katha. Katha is Dukkam. Upanishad means Rahasyam or tool. So Kathopanishad means it is an Upanishad which will be a tool to get ourselves rid of the Dukkham. Because already Shankaracharya has told us, Janma Dukkham, Jara Dukkham, Yad Dukkham, Dukkham Evacha. The birth is full of grief and sorrow and trouble, and also Jara, the old age, also our aging. Jara does not mean we should become senior citizens. The aging factor is that day by day, we are stepping down the steps of our longevity. That's why in Telugu, one poet has written, Duvur Ram Reddy or so, what he says, Gadiyarambu takku takku mani Vegam kottu sabdambu vembadi ayushyamulu okkatokkadiga sopanambul diggun baduga ee 14 vidake patheyam arjimpuma. That's the appeal done by the poet. So he says that every day, every moment, our aging is taking place, and whatever age we have been granted, span we have been granted, that we are going to consume. So consumption is taking place every time, every moment. Therefore, what is the time given to us? 14 means 10 decades. So Nadu here taking is equal to decade. So 10 decades. In that you adopt some spiritual path. See that you don't return to the land once again to go through all the dukkham, because Janma and Jara both are problematic things here. And if at all you feel comfortable, it is temporary, transitory. Sukham is always transitory. but more and more so Dukkham. Therefore, Yama gave that kind of wonderful knowledge, wisdomful knowledge to Nachiketa, and then Nachiketa thanked in the third Valli, third section. I mean, he comes back with all gratitude for Yama. Therefore, I just wanted to tell you who is that Yama. Let us not be always. And moreover, Yama is one who will be taking care of our food, digestion, assimilation, energy, and life. Therefore, Sarvagunasrayaha, Nabhaha. So Nabha, Anila, and Anala. These two are the natural Prakriti forces constantly available, irrespective of the people coming and going. And after this, we have got Sukha Maharshi to speak. Sri, please repeat. Sri Sukha Uvacha.
I have one question. In Kathopanishad, is it like, they talk about how to avoid their birth and death? Is it a dialogue between Yama?
Yeah, it is also there. How to avoid. He has given us so much of knowledge and measures, and it's a very useful. Kathopanishad is a very useful Upanishad, and it has got a practical knowledge, because Katha is Dukkham. Everybody is gripped by Dukkham. What is Dukkham? Fear. Sarvam vastu bhayanvitam. So Bhartruhari in his Subhashita tells us that roge bhoge roga bhayam, kule chuti balam, kute chuti bhayam, and rupe jara bhayam. Like that, he enlists in one place that if you think that you are very most handsome, exquisite, beautiful, then aging is there. All people who look very attractive and all that in youth, look at them at the old age. The so-called cinema stars whom you see on the screen, when you look at them really at this advanced age, you can't believe that, because the age. Rupe jara bhayam. Then vitte nripalat bhayam. If you gather more and more money, the government will have income tax, sales tax. So many taxes are there. Actually, you don't want to pay the tax, but tax is a compulsory thing. So, Vittain Rupala, government, Rupala is government. Vittain Rupala Bhayam. And like that, we have got all, and Bhoge Roga Bhayam. Supposing you want to read, the masala dosa is good, you want to eat some 3-4 at a time, then Rogam. So today's eating is tomorrow's problem. Therefore, you should be also judicious in choice of your food also. You can't always go for junk food and bring problems to your body and stomach. So like that, you can't have bhoga, enjoyment, ruthless enjoyment people go after, but afterwards they pay coin for that. Very deadly diseases, they catch it. That's why bhoge roga bhayam, and konege em cheptadante Vittain Rupalat bhayam. Everywhere bhayam is a tag, and vairagyameva bhayam runam. So when you are having, that's why though sarvagunasrayaha puman, but there should be vairagyam. Vairagyam means judicious management of your desires and tongue, because all the tongue is the truant, stomach is Paramatma, and stomach will never prescribe anything that it wants. It will be just there ready to accept and then start working to give you energy. So if stomach cries, the whole body cries. But the tongue doesn't require much. It will be just working with all that. Therefore, shadrasas, there are taste buds in the tongue, and the tongue will be telling to the mind, hey, today I want to use this, this, and all. No, that's why what is said by Kathopanishad is that he has given you so many measures, especially in advanced portions of that, that see that you are free from dukkham, you behave properly, and you will not come back to Yamaloka, but you go to Parabrahmaloka. So Brahmaivapnoti. And he has also defined in Kathopanishad what is Brahma. Brahma is absolute radiance. thermal power, and he is always constant. And so he described about the Brahma also. He described the locations of the Brahma, and something like in Mahanarayana Upanishad, even there Narayana is being told. So in the very opening of the Mahanarayana Upanishad, fortunately for us, Seshachalaya has already put some 2 sessions of Mahanarayana Upanishad, which we have started in our Veda Jana Kendra at 9 p.m. on Wednesday, on Tuesday and Wednesday. And so because it's one of the most important, powerful, useful, practical Upanishad, where we get wisdom, where we get tools to get ensure the wisdom. So manaku wisdom kavali, punyam kavali, papam samasipovali, and sanmarganlo pravartinchali ante Mahanarayana Upanishad is a wonderful guide star or lodestar, or is a lighthouse for us. So that you can follow if you are not able to catch up at 9 o'clock and Wednesday, Tuesday and Wednesday. Anyway, so even Krishna, even the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita, they're all talking about the moksha dharma and moksha sadhanopayas, and all that is yoga. That's why Krishna always said in Gita, what he said, Mam anusmara yudhyacha. Always nannana gnapaka madko. I am the person behind all things in the world, behind all your actions, and submit all your actions you are doing on behalf of me. Na parangane మీరు చేస్తున్నారు కాబట్టి మయ్యర్పిత మనోబుద్ధి, నీ యొక్క మనసు బుద్ధి, these are the only 2 assets. Indriyas are always 2 answers. So don't listen to Indriyas, listen to your buddhi and control your mind. Then remember all time that I am their controller, operator of all your systems, spiritual systems inside our body. Mind, body, the body is of course is yours. Mind and spirit. These are 2 are mind. So I am there in that. In body, of course, I am there, but I leave it choice to you to operate your body. Therefore, Krishna, 17 yogas. Yogi bhava Arjuna. Aya, you must become a yogin. What is yoga? Yoga is something that you have to add to your personality. That is to say, detachment and attachment. So when you are detached at one point which is not accessible and permissible and palatable, then automatically you get attached to the better ones. So always when you go to a shop, you are shown so many things, but you have to detach, but only attach to one thing which you like most, and you pay for that and bring it home. So like that, we are always sandwiched between these 2 things. So that's why all Upanishads tell you that. Even here in Bhagavatam, and Yama ultimately comes to say that that why Hiranyakasipu was able to see in pillar, because the ultimate question of Hiranyakasipu was, is the God there in this pillar? అంటే ఎక్కడో వైకుంఠంలో ఉన్నాడు, అక్కడ ఉన్నాడు, ఇక్కడ ఉన్నాడు చెప్పకుండా అన్ని చోట్ల ఉన్నాడు అన్నట్టు చెప్తాడు కదా ప్రహ్లాదుడు. ప్రహ్లాదటోళ్ళు ఇందుగలడందు లేడని సందేహం వలదు, చక్రీ సర్వోపగతుండు, ఎందెందు వెదకి చూసినా అందందే కలుడు దానవాగ్రని వింటే. సో దానవ అగ్ర is the foremost among all Danavas. Danava Sura, Danava Virulandu, Danava Rakshasala, Danava Rajulandu, top ranking Raja, either in tapas or in himsa or in other things, Hiranyakasipu tops the list. And so thereby it was a problem for putting out this Hiranyakasipu. So Vishnu had to put lion head human body, Narsimha Avataram. ఈ నరసింహ అవతారం అనేది చాలా కష్టమైనటువంటి అవతారం of all the avatars, because సింహం తలకాయ పెట్టుకొని పుట్టాలి అంటే you imagine the problems, and that's why, and it was necessary when once the pillar was broken open, and there was only very, very, very terrible sound. And Hiranyakasipu, as you see in the 228 and 229 slokas here, was unable to assess where from the sound come, and that sound and roar, thunder, roar was never heard by him in his life. And so he found that the roar is coming from the sound, because always the sound comes first and then you get the image. And that is the formula. First the sound, then the formation. Not the formation and then sound. Rudra, when you call about Rudra, Rudra is a Ghora. And the very name of the word Rudra means it's a Ghosha. That's why we say Indra Ghosho Asmavatu Rudra Ghoshaha. The Ghosha, the sound, the twang of the bow makes many people die. Something like that of Durga. In the Durga Saptasati, you come out when she is fighting the war. Ma Saraswati, you put a question and going off. So Hiranyakasipu is
I'm here, very much here. I'm very much here, sir.
Yeah. So Hiranyakasipu first saw that roar, and then he found a very, very Vikrutakaram of Vishnu coming in the Narasimha, and immediately he says, oh, it is only that Vishnu or Narayana whom I have been searching all through the time, and now this Narayana appears to me in this form. Anyway, I will kill him. So that was the immediate decision, no time wasting. Immediate decision that he believed. He believed Narasimha to be Vishnu only, to whom he started searching since long. Therefore, immediately he took action. So he ran up to him, and in Narayaniyam, in Narasimha Avataram, that is 25th Dashakam, beautifully Bhattatari gives more details about that, and because he has got 1,000 slokas of scope, but our Guru Subramanya Shastri Garu has got only 700 slokas scope. So depending upon the scope, you determine, you have to have your choice of selection, because because you cannot 18,000 slokas in Bhagavatam. When you are reading, every sloka looks very much important. So when you go to shop, everything looks beautiful and attractive. You cannot take the whole shop into your house, because you have got options. You got decisions and limitations.
Yeah,
Like that.
so I just wanted to share something, like, I gave a Bhagavata Saptasati book to Subramanya Bhatt. He's actually a Sanskrit scholar. He was retired as a bank manager, head of the manager bank or something. I think State Bank of India. So he's from Udupi. So he looked at that and he said, this is such an auspicious and precious book. Can you, if you don't mind, can you give me 2 more books? So he has taken 3 books, and he's going, today he has gone to Udupi. So he is going to the Krishna temple there, and he wants to keep it there and then take it to read. He reads the Bhagavatam, but then he said this book is useful, especially on Ekadashi day, like, he can read the complete 700 shlokas. And even Chaturmasyam, like, he said it is very good. And since he reads the Bhagavatam, he said the selection of shlokas and the continuity of the shloka is so well written. It is very amazing. So I thought I'll just share that with you.
Yeah, thank you, Saraswati. Krishna is working through to make his glory to reach people, because Udupi is a Krishna temple. Udupi Krishna is very famous. And so anyway, if Bhagavatam goes to Udupi Krishna, our enterprise, our effort is really rewarding. Krishna is there, definitely taking care of wherever he wants. Thereby you feel that the copies you have made is less when the demand goes on. But anyway, you must be having, if you want some more copies, you can always take from Kendram and keep that spread to people. It's really great glory, because here whole Bhagavatam we can't get ideas. And every sloka in Bhagavatam looks very attractive, because now I'm making the third reading of Bhagavatam in Prathama Skandham, I see so much to talk, because we should have a series of lectures on Bhagavatam, at least a few, 3 or 4, where we can cover the 12 skandhas, how there is a gradation of thought process, and moreover, Bhagavatam is a Hamsa Samhita, they call it. Hamsa is Vairagya, Parakashta. Hamsa is a Rishi. Hamsa is a vegetarian. So Hamsa, well, etc., and purely white in complexion. And so many characteristics are there. And ultimately, Hamso Nama Sadashivaha. Hamso Nam, Hamsa Hamseti Yo Bruyat, Hamso Nama Sadashivaha. That means Sadashiva. What is Sadashiva known for? Sadashiva is Yatinam Yatihi, as Kalidasa puts it, Ekaiswarye Sthitopi, Pranata Bahupalepi, Yaha Swayam Kruttivasa, Kanta Sammisra Dehopi, Avishaya Manasam, Yakparastad Yatinam, Sanmarga Lokanaya, Yapanayatu Vaha, Jamasim Vrittimishaha. Is Kalidasa in Malavikamitram as Nandi Sloka, telling that we make a prayer to Lord Shiva when we are sitting in the Bhagavata Saptasati class also, that he has to make the tamasa vritti in us removed as far as possible in us, and get on to the sattva vritti, tamasim vrittimishaha. So if at all we want to get rid of tamasi vritti, Ishvara, because he's a Vairagya Parakashta, there here Shiva is said to be Kanta Sammisra Deha. Though he has offered 50% of his body to Parvati, but he is not affected very much with that. Still he remains himself. That's why Shankaracharya said, Swatmana sthiyatam, Vedo nityamadhiyatam, and ultimately he gives the advice, you be yourself, don't imitate others. Don't comment others and spoil yourself. Don't compare yourself with that. Whatever good, bad, and different is there in you, you try to enjoy the best of it. That's why, because everybody has got Swatma, Swaswarupa, and that Shankaracharya, the great Vedantin. So even Kalidasa is also par excellence. He is also a great Vedantin, though he is a Srungara Kavi. Like that, Yatinam Yatihi, Hamsa Samhita. So though we are always talking about the pleasures of life, the comforts of life, the goals of life, still always the tag is there. What is the tag? That you should always be remembering the God. Bhagavan Krishna. Krishna means Akarshaka. He is one who has great magnetic power, attractive power. And that attraction power, we should be able to be in that particular field of magnetism, then we will be really better. Like that, here also in Hiranyakasipu is one who has got attracted to the Narayana in the Narasimha Swarupam. There was a great fight between both, and because he's a Nara, even he likes his enemies also. So that's why Narasimha Swami is said to be Samarapriyaha. So he loves war. There he fought with Hiranyakasipu. He was the best match for him to fight. 1,000 days he fought with Hiranyakasipu. Ultimately, he just lifted him up and put him on his thighs and sat on his shoulder and used this long flowing the nails, pierced the body and blood, and then, well, Narayaniyam in 25th, how he killed Hiranyakasipu in 2 slokas he describes. I think it's not recorded, unfortunately, because there's nobody to record. Otherwise, you would enjoy that how Kamalaji is there from Atlanta. She was there that yesterday's, how he pierced his long Vajra-like nails and slain him, and then picked out the entrails and blood and all that. He was just enjoying because it has got a lion head. Lion likes raw mutton, plenty of blood and all that. So whatever it wants, it only takes it. Lion does not overeat. It eats just like Naivedyam to gods and leaves the entire thing for its family. That's why lion share, they call it. That is, lion is such a wonderful family animal that it will give preference to its own wife, kids, and all that. Therefore, the lion's family, it's different one. So like that, when he has got lion head, Narsimha, he has chosen, taken whatever he wants. He loves entrails, and he made it as an hara, necklace to him, and he smeared the whole blood. So that particular Ugra Narsimha, when he just killed, nobody was able to identify Narasimha Swami because he was blood smeared totally. No, it was very bhayankaram to look at him, but it was only Prahlada and the Brahmadeva. They were only able to stand the sight of Narasimha operating upon Hiranyakasipu. In Bhagavata 8th Skandha, the description is there more powerful, which is done by Vyasa directly. And that is Sukha Maharshi narrating from, because Sukha is the very ardent student of his grandfather, Vyasa Bhagavan. And so he is actually Sukha Maharshi, the mouthpiece of Vyasa Bhagavan. And therefore, whether Sukha Maharshi speaks or Vyasa speaks, the same. So when Parikshit Maharaja was asked, he was going on describing how was that Ugra Narasimha. That's why you see Ugram Veeram Mahavishnum Jwalantam Sarvatomukham Nrusimham Bhishanam. All those words, you make a big red electrical mark. Then the next one is Bhadram. That you have got underlined number of times, because to whom he is Bhishanam, to whom is Ugram, to Hiranyakasipu, who always did lot of atrocities, who always promoted tamasam, who always destroyed the dharma, who always gave a lot of trouble for the saints, who gave a lot of, but not that he never loved Vedas. No, he's a great Vedic scholar. He loves all that. But in practice, he is different. So his practice is different. His knowledge is different. That's why only when mind and work, mind and karma, they tally, then only there is a moksha margam. That's why Tasma Yujjasva Bharata, Mamanusmara Yujjasva, and Mayarpita Manobuddhi. These are the important keynotes that Krishna has given. Remember me, you do action, whatever you should do as a Jati Dharma and Karma and also Janma Dharma. So Janma Dharma, Jati Dharma. Jati Dharma is as a Kshatriya, he should fight. Janma Dharma as a Kshatriya, as a Maharaja, he has to promote the Dharma. Like that, Arjuna has been told by Krishna that he has to be yogin. Tasmat yogi bhava Arjuna. Don't swerve from the yoga hood. You must take to one or the other. What is the yoga here? Yuddha yoga, karma yoga. When karma yoga, bhakti yoga and gnana yoga. In all these other yogas also, karma is the thread running through the, so karma yoga he took first. The same karma is also bhakti. Same karma is gnana. So karma thread is running through the bhakti and gnana. And when that is being executed, he becomes the moksha. So then what dharma adopted turns out to be a moksha dharma. And when it is a moksha dharma, when we are addicted to that, definitely you get the moksha. Because in Vishnu Sahasranama, it has been told to us that muktanam paramagatihi. At the beginning itself, we have been introduced in the Vishnu Sahasranamam by Bhishma, because he is also a mukta. When he, at the time of his departure, Swachanda Maranam, at the time of his departure, supposed to be on Magha Suddha Ashtami, then he just determined to get out from the body. And at that time, Krishna, all the Pandavas, all Rishis, everybody was there. And when Krishna reached him, and Krishna taught all them many more dharmas, like Sri Dharma and Jati Dharma, and then all the dharmas. After having heard about the dharmas, then Dharmaraja will put finally a question, like Saraswati putting one question here, that Kimekam Daivatam Loke Kimva Apyekam Parayanam Suvantakam Kamarchanta Prapnuyur Manavasubham. Aya, what is Dharma? Who is the God? What is the Marga? And why all that I am asking that Dharma? Prapnuyur Manavaha Subham. Manavaha. Manava Shabda is thinkers. Unless you are a thinker, you are a Manava. If you are a beast, you cannot be a Manava at all. You may be having the Manava Rupam, but Rakshasa Subhava. That's exactly what in Dwapara Yugam, Krishna had to face not ugly Rakshasas like Rama. Rama had to face all kinds of Rama and Hanuman and Vanaras and all of them had to look at the Rakshasas in most heinous, ugly, భీకరమైన ఫారమ్స్ లోపల కనిపించారు రామాయణంలో ఆ యుగంలో. బట్ త్రేతాయుగం ద్వాపర యుగంలో అందరూ మానవులే, కానీ స్వభావం మాత్రము రాక్షస స్వభావం, రాజసము తామసము నిండిపోయింది. దట్స్ వై దే ఆర్ ఆల్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ మానవ రూప రాక్షస. జరాసంధ, శిశుపాల, దంతివక్త్ర, కంస, దే ఆర్ ఆల్ హ్యూమన్స్. But they adopted, they chose only to be Rakshasa Vritti. Otherwise, nobody will imprison own parents. Like Krishna, Kamsa doing it just for the sake of his own land. Bhumi kosam, but Kamsudu, Talitandralnu kuda, Chellelnu kuda, Akkanu Chellelnu kuda, andarni jaillo pettesi tanu matram. That's a different mindset which Kamsa entertained. And to such mindset, people only became thick friends. Jarasandha is one example. He gave his daughter to Kamsa. Normally, to such people, nobody will be ready to give daughter. But Jarasandha, because he's a like-minded fellow, he gave his daughter to Kamsa and made him as a son-in-law. So why Jarasandha so many times he attacked, is all Bhagavatam I'm speaking, 17 times Krishna and Balarama. Every time Jarasandha came to fight, and in the ultimate end of the fight, Balarama was about to kill that Jarasandha, and then Krishna immediately intervened, no, don't kill him. Then he answered separately to Balarama, Aya, he has got thousands and thousands of Manava Rupa Rakshasas as his friends. Every time, we need not go in search of fellows, and our avatara will be really bettered when that Jarasandha is let loose. And therefore, when he came 17 times, he brought such kind of army every time that all the Manava Rupa Rakshasas are done. And finally, Jarasandha was also killed by Bhima. Because Jarasandha, Bhima, Kicha, and Bakasura, and Duryodhana. These are the 5 fellows. If anybody were to kill any person first, that person will be killing the remaining 4 people or 3 people. So that was the boon. So Bhima was the victor by killing that Kichaka, and also the other Bakasura. And then he had only 2 fellows there. Ultimately, he killed Jarasandha and also the Duryodhana. So in that, actually Mahabharata Yuddha is a Mosam Yuddha only. Nobody followed any rules in Mahabharata war. Therefore, when Balarama put a question to Krishna, what is that, Krishna? You have done a lot of cheating in this war. How is it good for you? You have definitely made me to go away on Tirtha Yatra, and I trusted you very much. But you never operated Mahabharata war well. You have done all mosam. What is this? Hitting the thigh of Duryodhana below the navel, allowing Bhima to do the job. How it is a Adharma Yuddha. And so he was pouncing, was almost coming to fight with Krishna on behalf of Duryodhana, who was his pet student. Well, Mahabharata is an interesting work. And all that principle of Mahabharata and all that has been given to us, a glimpse of Mahabharata activity in the first skandha Mahabhagavatam. But actually our Guru has not bothered us with all those Mahabharata details which occurs in the Prathama Skandham, and he has only chosen to give us such knowledge and such slokas where our mind becomes clearer, purer, fear-free, and we can work out for emancipation, because Vishnu or Krishna is Muktanam Paramagatihi. See, I become Mukta. What is my goal? What is my next? Then the next is only Vishnu Padam. So that Vishnu Padam or Vishnu Lokam or Vaikuntham is supposed to be the ultimate goal, to which we cannot have return ticket when we go, or only one ticket. One-way ticket we have got to take. Muktanam Paramagati. Otherwise, any loka you go, you have return ticket. But no, but only Vaikuntha Loka is the only one loka where you cannot come back. Na punaravrutti yatra gatva na punaravrutti na punaravrutti. Is Shankaracharya saying that when once you go to that Paramapadam, there is no chance of rebirth at all. Birth is a work. You don't want work to repeat. You don't want to sit in same class for 2 years or 3 years, failing in the class. But so you want to proceed, progress, because time is important, life is important. So this is what we have got to do it. So in Mahabharata, so and ultimately you observe Krishna when Dharmaraja became a king, without the knowledge of Dharmaraja, and because of Sanjaya and because of the Vidura, all of them go away. Dhritarashtra, Gandhari, and Krupi, etc. Whoever remained after Mahabharata war, after the Duryodhana is done, then they all go away to a forest because of Vidura. And you know who is Vidura? Vidura is Yama, who is cursed to become a Shudra for 100 years in Bhuloka for simple mistake that Yama did. What was the mistake? He gave serious punishment to a sage, which is beyond, which is not commensurate to the offense that the Rishi did it in earlier birth. So the Rishi gave a curse that because you have failed in giving balanced punishment for the crime or the sin that people have committed, I have committed a sin. What is the sin that he has committed? He tried to pierce a grasshopper with the help of a sharp darbha, blade of darbha grass. And for having pierced the grasshopper like that, Yama gave him the punishment that he will be also included among the thieves and mete out the punishment from the king and all that. Then when the king came to know that the Rishi is there involved in among the culprits, then the king ordered immediately to release that particular sage. I'll give the detail. And that sage afterwards went and shouted at Yama, and why you gave me like this kind? Because I'm a tapasvi, I am doing a lot of penance and all that. Why you gave me this? Then Yama explains that, and then for that he was not satisfied with the kind of punishment which Yama gave to that sage, and in turn, because these powerful people who are having the spiritual lust, fervor in them, it is very hard to deal them. Therefore, Yama became Vidura, and he was there for 100 years, having brother Dhritarashtra as brother, but he did all Sudra Vritti to the Kauravas there, but he was unaffected, and whatever Vidura Niti was given to Dhritarashtra was not understood. But he was a minister to Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana, but those people are having their own determination. Dhritarashtra means he wants not to lose his throne in spite of anything in the world. Dhrudam Rashtra Dharayati Dhritarashtraha. So that kind of determination and all that made all his 100 sons being projected for war with the brothers' children and sons, and he was not at all kind to his brother's children. like that. The whole thing happened. The Mahabharata war is out of cheating and all that. Anyway, I'm going, but anyway, I'm talking only Bhagavatam. And when Dharmaraja was asked by Akrura, somebody, where is that? I want to meet Dhritarashtra and all of them. They go to the place, they get the news that they have left. Therefore, Dharmaraja and brothers were left alone, not with the Gandhari or Dhritarashtra or anybody in the war. So some elders, without the presence of the elders who like Dhritarashtra and all that, Dharmaraja had to make the rule of the land, and that's the story goes like that in that. That's why because I'm talking about Mahabharata also, because the Prathama Skandham of Bhagavatam gives a glimpse of Mahabharata, what has taken place, and what was the role of Krishna ultimately. Because Krishna, when once all work has been done, he goes away to his own place, and he will also leave Kamala. He also leaves Dharmaraja and all his brothers independent of him. No more Krishna associateship. He disassociates with all the, because as long as the war is there, Krishna was with them. And even Pandavas also lose their greatest power soon after the Mahabharata war. They become ordinary creatures. Anyway, here the point is that in Bhagavata Saptasati, we are not introduced to any political, problematic, or diplomatic, or anything like that. Our Guru has given us pure knowledge. That Muktanam Paramagatihi means he meant that all people should become muktas, try to know the value of life, or values of life, and also the practical measures through which we are able to value the value or give validation to the values. See that whatever little span of life that we enjoy upon this earth should be really oriented towards the mukti. That's why we are seeing here in the Saptama Skandha, all rishis are sharing their knowledge, especially with regard to the Sattva Gunam, with regard to the moksham, because Sattvavan Sattvika Satya Samatma Sammita Samaha. Saraswati, ఎక్కడ వస్తుందమ్మా ఇది?
ఇది భగవద్గీతలో సాత్విక, ఇది గుణత్రయ విభాగ యోగలో ఉందా?
ఇక్కడ రావచ్చు. నో, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఇన్ విష్ణు సహస్రనామం. సత్వవాన్ సాత్విక సత్య సమాత్మ సంహిత సమః. అల్టిమేట్లీ సో ఈ సత్వ సంహిత సమః ఇవన్నీ కూడా విష్ణువుకి పేర్లు. అంటే అర్థం ఏంటి? When you are the student of Vishnu Sahasranamam, at least a few of the character qualities, etc., mentioned for Vishnu have got to be adopted in our run of life. ఎందుకంటే విష్ణు సహస్రనామం చదివితే పుణ్యం వస్తుంది, మోక్షం వస్తుంది అనుకోవడం మంచిదే, కానీ ఎంతవరకు వస్తుందో మనకేం తెలుసు? We don't have the meter. The meter of doing all these things is there in Brahmalokam or Yamalokam or Vishnulokam. So they will be able to tell us the results. నాకు ఆశ్చర్యం ఏంటంటే, when I saw Narasimha Swami in Saundarlahari Homam after Purnahuti, when I went to Sukanadi in Chamarajpet, my Guru, that is Medavaram, ఆయన దగ్గర వెళ్ళినప్పుడు నాడి చూసినప్పుడు ఎందుకు నీకు నరసింహస్వామి ఇచ్చినాడు అట్లా కనిపించాడు అంటే, యు ఆర్ డూయింగ్ ఇన్ యువర్ ఓన్ వే ది సుదర్శన పూర్వక నరసింహ జపం చేస్తున్నావు, అందుకు అమ్మవారు ఆయన కనిపించాడని చెప్పి ఆయన రీడింగ్ కేమ్ టు మీ ఇన్ ద సుకనాడి. ఐ వాస్ జస్ట్ వండరింగ్. అంటే తెలియదు, అంటే మీటర్ కొంతవరకు వీఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు హ్యావ్ దర్శన్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్. These gods, they also are anxious to make themselves revealed to us. Mana Saraswati Basara temple lo, when Chandi Home was done, after Purnavati, I sent a photograph. You know, you loved it. Ammavaru Jwala Rupamlo kanipichindi kada, Jaya Durga.
Mm.
They want to just give a signification that I exist and you continue your tapas.
Mm.
So like that here in this Naradadu ఎలా జరిగింది హిరణ్యకశిపు అండ్ నరసింహస్వామి వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఎలా నమ్మినాడు, how he believed him, how he fought with him, with all bhakti he fought. You know, Hiranyakasipu was having determination. That determination is what is called bhakti, is it not? Bhakti lopala, there is no swerving, there is no vacillation. You cannot have vacillation in bhakti. అందుకే దానికే మూఢ భక్తి అంటారు. మూఢ భక్తి అంటే ఏంటి, ఒక్కసారి ఒకదాన్ని బిలీవ్ అవుతే అకార్డింగ్లీ ఇట్ విల్ బి దేర్. సో లైక్ దట్. అందుకే రామ మరా 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 అని చెప్పమని చెప్పారట వాల్మీకి అనే వాడికి ఉపదేశం. నారదుడు కూర్చొని నేను రామ చెప్పానంటే మరా 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 అని అలా చెప్పుకుంటే రామరామరం అయిపోయింది కదండి. అట్లా తిప్పి చెప్పినా ఇంకా అదర్వైజ్ చెప్పినా కూడా ఇక్కడ విషయం ఒకటే కదా. ఇట్లా వికట కవి అంటారు. తెనాలి రామకృష్ణను వికట కవి అంటారు. ఎట్లా రివర్స్ లో చెప్పినా డైరెక్ట్ గా చెప్పినా ఒకటే, శబ్దం మాత్రం భిన్నం అవదు. అట్లా ఇక్కడ ఈ సుఖ మహర్షి ఏం చేస్తారు చూడండి. we just read these 2 slokas and stop. Evam vrutaha shatadhrutihi. Please repeat.
Evam vrutaha shatadhrutihi. Evam vrutaha shatadhrutihi.
Hiranyakashipo ratha.
Hiranyakashipo ratha. Hiranyakashipo ratha.
Pradat tattapsa pritaha.
Pradat tattapasa prita. Pradat tattapasa prita.
Varamstasyasu durlabhan.
Varantasyasu durlabhan. Varantasyasu durlabhan.
Ma bhaishta vibudha shrestha.
Ma bhaishta vibudha shrestha. Ma bhaishta vibudha shrestha.
Sarvesham bhadramastu vaha.
Sarvesham bhadramastu vaha. Sarvesham bhadramastu vaha.
Maddarshanam hi bhutanam.
Maddarshanam hi bhutanam. Maddarshanam hi bhutanam.
Sarvashreyopapattaye.
Sarvashreyopapattaye. Sarvashreyopapattaye.
So this is the talk of Narasimha Swami to all the gods. Atha Hiranyakasipoho evam vrutaha shatadhrutihi tapasa pritaha pradat varam tasya sudurlabhan. So he gave moksham to Hiranyakasipu, and afterwards he told all Rakshas, all Devatas, Vibudha Sreshta, Ma Bhaishta, please don't be scared and afraid. Now that Hiranyakasipu is done, you will have all prosperity. Sarvesham Bhadram. Mi portfolio santa mi merakku vachchestundi. You can go and occupy your jobs. And also, Maddarshanam hi bhutanam sarvasreyopapattaye. Na darshanam cheta andari bhuta pranalaku there will be moksha. So Paramatmudu kanipichin tarvata moksha vastundi. Anduke, you know, in Bhagavad Gita also the same thing. So the darshanam, why do you go to temple? You go and see the Paramatma in the temple, not the stone that is installed there in the Garbhagudi. మీరు రాయిని చూస్తారా, దేవుని చూస్తారా అక్కడ వెళ్తే?
చూస్తాం
ఏమండి? దేవుడు చూస్తారు. సో you don't remember the rai or the stone. So through that darshanam of Paramatma, whether in the form of stone or wood, sila or Darumurti, that is Badrinath, that is Puri, Jagannath, Darumurti, or particularly, or Salagrama Murti, whatever it is Murti. You have that kind of feeling, and through that you get Muktanam Paramagatihi, the Divya Darsanat. ఇంట్లో పారాయణం చేయటం ఒకటి, అండ్ టెంపుల్లో కూర్చొని పారాయణం చేయటం ఇంకొకటి. సో దెర్ ఇస్ సమ్ డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ ది టూ. ఇఫ్ యూ డూ పారాయణం ఆఫ్ ఎనీ టెక్స్ట్ ఇన్ ది టెంపుల్, it will be personal benefit and impersonal benefit. If you do it in your house, it will be personal benefit to your family and sahakutumbas, because house is personal, private, and temple is public and universal and impersonal. కాబట్టి దేవస్థానంలో చేసే పూజలు అన్నీ కూడా అందరికీ ఉపయోగపడుతుంది. అట్లనే మఠంలో చేసే పూజలు కూడా అందరికీ ఉపయోగపడుతుంది. కృష్ణ, దట్స్ వై ఇన్ ఉడిపి కృష్ణ టెంపుల్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ కృష్ణ మఠం అంటారు. అక్కడ రకరకాల పూజలు, రకరకాల మహాత్యాలు. అందుకే ఆయన ఒక బంగారు, కృష్ణ అంటే వెరీ రిచ్ ఫెలో, విష్ణు. సో హి హస్ గాట్ దట్ గోల్డెన్ చారియట్ డన్ ఫర్ హిమ్ in the temple in Udupi, and he will be having koti tulsi archana also. So I know some people who do like that and collect and all that in Bangalore, next street lo unnaru. So we know Krishna is such a person who is both bhoga and also vairagya. Both are there in Krishna, two in one. That is Manava and Madhava. Manava Avatara and Madhava Avatara. Rama is purely human, while Krishna, human plus divine. So antakante beyond em ledu, moksha prapti. That's why you have got Gita or talk by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, in Anugita, in Uddhava Gita, and in Uttara Gita. So all these 4 Gitas have been made a wonderful study by Dr. N.C.B. Nath, and he has made such a wonderful study, and Krishna Gita and program and all that, he did Krishna Gita studies. And 2 or 3 of us articles, I think we are going to publish in our Vedaganga volume 27. Please remember, next month, 18th, 19th is our annual day. I expect all of you to remember, share the flyer. Again, I will be sending it to you, reminder. And with all our friends, see that we get some presenters, some topics, to see that we will have beautiful 18th, 19th. They are very important days also of December, and we'll enjoy. Almost they are all called Bhagavad Gita days, Gita Jayanti days. Right from 12th onwards, people celebrate Gita Jayanti at different centers. So after this, we'll be celebrating the Gita Jayanti on 25th December or something like that. I don't know. So Gita Jayanti. Before that, we'll have that. So the topic has been chosen to be Bhagavatam, Ramayanam, and Mahabharatam. They are our source books for spiritual knowledge, for solutions for our problems. So please remember that. And today we stop the session. Thanks to Saraswati and all of you who have live participated in this beautiful session and time. And it is recorded also. And paying regards for our Krishna Bhagavan. And also all of us, Gurus, we stop here. Om Swasti Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpana.